Evil eye. The evil eye is recognized in many cultures around the world, but given different names. As you can see on the screen, these are the different types of names that's been given. I'm not even going to try and pronounce them, but you can see that the Italian, Spanish, Hebrew, all of these countries have a particular word for the evil eye. And that's just a few, because there's many other cultures that believe in the evil eye from around the world. The evil eye is a mix of bitterness or anger with a lot of envy on top. The evil eye belongs in the dark arts category because although no ritualistic techniques or ceremonies are needed to cast an evil eye, the person needs to draw from a dark energy by using psychic powers with the conscious intent to cause serious harm to the person. Otherwise, it would turn into a psychic arrow or some other form of energy less dangerous. So the evil eye, like I said, although there's no particular ceremony that needs to be done in order to cast an evil eye, to cast an evil eye, you need to tap into some very dark energy. Somebody who doesn't tap into that, and it's a conscious tapping into, somebody who doesn't consciously use that dark energy to send something, then the energy would turn into psychic attack or a psychic arrow or a psychic knife or something like that. It's the conscious intention that someone is actually tapping into darker forms of energy in order to fuel their mind in where it's heading to and the intention. So although this is one of those ones that doesn't need a ceremony or some sort of technique to send it, it does still need a conscious intention to use dark energy. The person knows that they are using dark energy when they're sending an evil eye. There's nobody that can get away with saying that if they've sent an evil eye that they were unaware that they were using some really dark energy. It's a conscious intention to tap into and use this dark energy in order to fuel their intention. Sending someone the evil eye directs intense negative energy to the third eye or the sixth chakra, which then creates a wide range of symptoms. So this is the reason why it is called the evil eye, because it is directed into the sixth center, so it's directed into the third eye. Now, it doesn't just affect the third eye, it also obviously affects the person's vision as well, and a lot of the symptoms can have, somebody having sore eyes or blurry eyes. I know the times that I've experienced evil eyes, I've instantly known because the film over, it feels like I've got dirty lenses on my eyes. It feels like if your windscreen wipers on your car is a bit dirty and a bit blurry and you need to kind of give them a good wash. That's how my eye lenses feel when I've been sent an evil eye. They've been very dry and sore, and I found myself rubbing them and getting really sore eyes, as well as feeling like the lenses are dirty and they need cleaning. So the evil eye definitely does impact, all of this area. Attaching mechanisms. The attaching mechanism is a weak energy field as well as a non-coherent brain that allows this energy through. The results in a person. Dehydration is the number one symptom that shows up in almost all the cases I've seen. Now, people can also have vomiting and diarrhea. Breastfeeding mothers can have their milk dry up if it's been cast on her out of envy because she has become a new mother or because her baby is beautiful. You can have blood problems, dry eyes or eyes fogging up or making it hard to see properly, blinding in some extreme cases, dry skin or itchy skin, stomach ache, dry coughs, hair loss, fertility issues, and impotence in men. They're some of the more common symptoms that I've seen. You will notice most of the symptoms have to do with drying up, and that's because on an energy level it's designed to dry up the prana or chi or vital force energy to create illness and to limit the flow of prosperity in someone's life. So this is the way that it works, and you'll notice people with massive dehydration, that is something that I think in every single case I've ever seen, dehydration has been one of the symptoms. Some people don't even know it until I say to them, have you felt dehydrated? And they're like, yeah, I've been really dehydrated. The evil eye has a huge effect on the water consistency in our level. It feels like it's just sucking the water out, it feels like. But what it's actually doing on an energetic level, it is really, it's sucking the vital force energy. And it does create this drying up effect within the body. People can get really dry eyes, really dry lips, really dry skin. It can really cause like someone to constantly be thirsty and not be able to quench their thirst. So, dehydration seems to be like the number one thing for evil eyes. But like I said, a lot of people don't put these things together because usually they don't really, connect the dots. But if you find an evil eye on somebody, you can always ask them, have you been really thirsty lately? Have you felt dehydrated, or have you had dry skin or sore eyes? And these sort of questions, it's just so good to get feedback, and it really helps the person kind of put the pieces together. And the next time, they have certain symptoms showing up, they might all recognize things earlier and not leave things so long. Lots of cultures have ways of testing a person to see if they have been affected by the evil eye, and some are still commonly used today. In Italy, the evil eye is confirmed by dripping olive oil into a vessel filled with water, and if the drops of oil join into the shape of an eye, then the person has the evil eye. Then they recite prayers until the droplets of oil no longer create an eye shape. Another test that Eastern Europeans perform is with charcoal. Coal or burnt match heads are dropped into a pan of water. If the item floats, then the person is considered to be the victim of an evil eye. In some places, they place a raw egg under the bed and the next day crack it open. If the egg yolk is in the shape of an eye, then they know they have had the evil eye placed on them. In the Ukraine, they use a form of candle reading to diagnose the evil eye on a person. Melted wax is dripped from a candle into a pan of water, and if the wax spits, splutters, or sticks to the sides, then the person has the evil eye. They then use holy water and keep retesting the person with the dripped wax, and if the wax sinks to the bottom, then the person is considered cured. Just like many cultures have a way of testing if someone has the evil eye placed upon them, there's also many ways to cure the evil eye. A lot of places use holy water to cure the evil eye, but I find some of the other ones fascinating. Like in Mexico, they roll a raw egg over the body of the victim, and then the healer cracks the egg open, and if the yolk is in the shape of an eye, then the person has the evil eye. Several eggs may be rolled over the person's body until the healer cracks an egg without an eye. In China, if a person feels like they've been sent the evil eye, they use this certain mirror, I don't know how to pronounce that, which is basically a 6-sided mirror. They hang it on their front door or place it in front of the window to reverse the negative energy and to return it back to sender. In India, the mirroring back of the evil eye is done by using small mirrors that are then sewn into clothing. And then we have different ways which many cultures use protective measures to protect themselves from the evil eye. The one you can see here is the evil eye from Turkey. So this is something that they wear or put around the place in order to protect themselves from the evil eye. In Greece and Turkey, a glass blue eye charm, which we just saw, is used to warn against the evil eye, and are often pinned on babies' clothing, worn as necklaces, or placed in doorways. In Arab cultures, some people wear an eye in the form of a stone, cast in the center of a hand-shaped bone or metal charm. A European custom to protect against the evil eye is to place a prayer or spell inside a locket that is then worn around the neck. So I find those things quite fascinating, especially the egg rolling over the body. But I'm going to show you a faster and more accurate way of finding out if someone has an evil eye, and definitely a more efficient way of removing it. As far as stopping it from happening, we need to integrate our brains so it's whole and coherent, and heal and strengthen our energetic field so it naturally returns to being our shield. Once we're fully coherent in our brain, heart, and body, and our energy field, nothing negative can touch us, and this is when you are fully sovereign. Lifespan. The evil eye you will always pick up if it's there, and it won't hide. Most commonly a present life issue, but it can be found carried forward from a past life, but can't be passed down through generations like a curse can.